Do you ever have those days where you feel left behind, where it feels like life just is not moving in your favor, where you start to question why things seem to work out for everyone else, but not you? And deep down, you feel like no one really understands you and what you're carrying? Then this message is for you, because I've been where you are, not just once. I've lived it and I've felt it. And I had to learn this lesson the hard way. But now it's something I stand by, something I live by, and something that protects my peace every single day. And that is, do not let weak people make you weak. There was a time in my life where I gave my full energy, my presence, my loyalty, my trust into something I truly believed in. And I felt so aligned. It felt like this is exactly where I was meant to be, until one day it wasn't. The energy shifted and I felt it. I felt it to my core. What once felt warm became cold. What once felt open became distant. And suddenly I found myself carrying a weight that was never mine to hold in the first place. I was met with silence instead of clarity, distance instead of honesty. And the hardest part was not even what happened. It was the way it was handled. No explanation, no accountability, no closure. And somehow it was turned around in a way that made me feel like I was the problem. That and I remember sitting with that feeling, not just with the pain of the situation, but what it stirred up inside of me, because it forced me to look at myself. It forced me to decide who I was going to be in this moment. And that right there was my turning point, because I had a choice. I could either break down and become bitter. And don't forget me wrong, it crossed my mind. And allow that experience to put me out of my energy and into theirs. Or I could breathe through it, stay grounded, stay centered, and choose to remain in my own power. I chose to remain centered and to stay within my own power and not move or reduce myself to their level. But what I know now is this: I will never again give away my pure energy just to meet someone at a level they have not done the work to rise from. I will not lower my standards myself to match someone else's unhealed patterns, their past wounds, or their inability to take ownership, because I have already done that work on myself. And I refuse to go back there. When people walk away without explaining, I let them. I let them. In fact, I thank them, because all they have done is clear space for something that is actually aligned with who I am becoming. Because every time you react from pain, every time you try to prove yourself to someone who has already decided not to see you, every time you argue just to be understood by someone who's committed to misunderstand you, you give your power away. You hand it over to them. And people who refuse to take responsibility for themselves will drain you if you allow them to. And what do you gain from that? Confusion, self-doubt, and a version of yourself that feels smaller than who you truly are. And while you are shrinking, they are rising from your energy. So why? Why would you ever dim your light just to match someone else's shadow? Why would you even collapse just to be understood by someone who never had the capacity to hold you in the first place? Ask yourself that, because your light will trigger people who are still comfortable in their darkness. And it's not your job to dim your light just to make them feel safe. So let me ask you this. Can you stay calm when chaos is offered to you? Can you stay grounded when reaction would feel easier? Because real strength is not in how loud you are, but how you hold yourself in the situation. It's about how calm and clean you keep your energy. Let them believe whatever they want to believe. Let them hold on to their version of their story. You don't need to correct it. You don't need to fight it because silence is not weakness. Silence is power. Peace does not come from getting answers. Peace comes from making a decision that you will not let someone else's behavior turn you into someone you're not. A decision that you will not match the energy that hurts you. A decision that their pain will not become your identity. You see, what keeps most people stuck is because they keep running away from the situation. They keep replaying the situation over and over again, hoping that somehow it will feel different, hoping that somehow it will hurt less. But it doesn't. It reopens the wound again and again, and you deserve more than staying trapped in a loop created by people who haven't done their inner work for healing. You owe yourself freedom, not repetition. So don't relive it. Release it. Now trust this because I truly believe that energy never lies. I believe in alignment. I believe in divine timing. And I believe that when your spirit stays clean, even when people try to stain it, life responds. Not always loudly, but it responds with peace. It responds with clarity. It responds with people who sees who you are without you needing to prove yourself. And sometimes justice is not loud. Sometimes justice is simply you sleeping peaceful at night while they are dealing with whatever they need to deal with. That is theirs, not yours. So if you're feeling broken, betrayed, or misunderstood right now, do not lose yourself. Do not perform just to be accepted. Do not become what hurt you. Become what they cannot be. And as you heal, as you realign, as you protect your energy, you will start to realize something very powerful. They never had the power to break you, only to distract you. And now you are back, more grounded, more aware, more powerful, more you. And at the end of the day, when everything goes quiet, when the world fades out and it's only you, just you and your thoughts, just you and your soul, that is a person you have to live with. That is a person you need to love. So make sure you love her. That is your responsibility. No one else's. Yours. And that is the one thing no one can ever take from you. So protect it, my love. Protect it with your life. Because you deserve to be you. My name is Estella. This is Redefine Her World, where we heal together, we rise together, and we redefine our world one step at a time. And if this message spoke to you, don't forget to share, like, or send it to someone. Thank you for showing up. Don't forget to drop me a comment in the comment box. And I will see you again next week. Love you all. Bye.